Welcome back everyone, and for this video I will be doing a small haul of some stuff that I purchased at Ecchi Expo this year. For anyone unaware, Ecchi Expo is a local con. I believe they have multiple conventions going on throughout the year throughout the US. It's all the same company. They have a lot of different conventions, a horror themed one, a cowboy themed one throughout Texas. And Ecchi Expo is the one that they host, focusing on the more perverted side of anime fandom, being able to be open with the more sexual aspects of anime culture. So here is the badge for this year. I don't remember what my 2022 one looked like, but it's the same mascot they use every year. So it says San Antonio, but this was actually in San Marcos at the same hotel as last year, and I did get a weekend pass. I do appreciate that they give you a lanyard. It's sponsored by the Otaku Box, it seems. But yeah, a lot of cons that I've gone to recently, they don't want to give you the lanyard. They just give you the badge. So it's, I'm at least grateful that they're providing you the lanyard. So here on my table, you'll notice there's a lot of stuff. This is everything that I purchased. I don't actually, was not able to fit everything on the table. So I'm just going to pull stuff up and show you. So I'll start with this one. I purchased from this artist last year, I believe. I am Luna Soul, and I did use their bag to hold some other stuff that I purchased. So here is their information. I am Luna Soul, and on the back you'll see all of their information. They have a lot of cool pins, and I got 3 of them. So they gave me this whole bag just for 3 pins, which I thought was neat. So the first one that I purchased, it says "Clear my browser history." I thought that was really funny. And I think I got that one for my sister, actually, because they have a deal. If you get 3 or 4, you get one for free, or it's cheaper, something like that. A lot of artists have that type of deal with enamel pins. Here is one that I got from my friend, Try Me Bitch, and it's a cat with a very smug looking face. I thought that was so funny, and I know she'll like it. And this is the one that I got myself. It says, "In darkness we grow." That's beautiful, and also it's mushrooms, which I like. So really happy to find those pins. And that's what I got from them. Inside that bag, I also had some other items that I purchased. The first 2 are more enamel pins from an artist called Journey Bunny Art. They don't have more information, but here is their card. So as you can see, these are lenticular pins, which I've seen artists move towards online, but I have yet to see one in person. So it was really cool to see one and how it works as an enamel pin. I love it. I love the Pikachu. He's so cute with his chubby cheeks. So cute, and it is like a Game Boy. And then the Gengar is so cute too. So cute. So I love those. Those were, I think, 13 or 15 each, which is a really good deal, I think, considering what they are. They're quite thick as well. And then the final artist from that bag that I got, or purchased something from, was this artist. Oh no, did I actually not pick up a card from them? I think I didn't. Oh, that's a shame. I may have to look them up and see if I can put their name on the screen for y'all. Because they had a lot of cool stuff, and stuff that was pretty unique, you know, unique fan bases that I wasn't expecting to see at this convention. But here's what I purchased from them. I didn't realize they were Mario themed. I just saw this part of the pattern and I really liked it. It's a pencil pouch. Pretty good price. I think it was like $12. But it's like a Ouija board, and it has the Boo. That's his name, right? From Mario. And then I also got this cool spooky washi tape from them. So cool. I love it. I'm going to try to be better about journaling and using my planner for next year. I'm sure everyone says that all the time. But yeah, I definitely want to use up all the washi tape that I have. And I love my new pencil pouch. Really needed one. Not even just for pencils, just to hold stuff in my bag. Next, I have this giant bag that I cannot show y'all in my filming space completely because it's so big. Here's my hand. It's not the biggest bag or anything. It's just very long. But obviously you have this art of, I think, is a VTuber called Gira, something like that. She's shark themed, which is cute, but I'm just not really into VTubers all too much. or at all. But this artist was actually at Ecchi Expo last year and piqued my interest. And this year I was looking for something for my boyfriend. So I think that is their signature. But unfortunately, I thought they provided a business card, but I don't see one in the bag, which is a shame because I'm sure a lot of you would be interested in their artwork. But here is the print that I purchased. It's really hard to show y'all. But you can see it's a very sexy girl eating a hamburger. And they are foil prints. So some they sell as foil, others they don't have a foil version for. They're just standard prints. And I did get one of those as well. I consolidated everything, so I apologize if this is a little haphazard because I do have prints under this. But here's the print that I also purchased, and it's not a foil print, it's just standard print, but she was so pretty. They had a lot of different designs kind of like this of different original characters or girls, and I like this one the best. There was another one I was eyeing as well, but I'll save that for another time because this artist, I've seen them multiple times at local conventions, so I'm hoping that I'll have another chance to buy the other print because they had a deal. If you bought 2 prints you got one for free. Foil ones, they had to be $10 just to pay for the foil aspect, they said. But because a friend of mine was purchasing another foil print, I was able to get this one for free. So that was really nice. So here is a Morgan, I believe is what she's called. A Morgan print. I've always liked her colors and her design. And this one especially is gorgeous artwork of her. And I like the green ghost and the bat. Apologies, I knocked into the tripod. So there's that one. Oh, this one actually, they put their signature on the art. I didn't realize that. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wish they didn't. They're really bothered by people not knowing who drew this. Maybe they could put it on the back or something, stamp it somewhere. But and they gave me their business card, so I don't think that's necessary. But anyway, I also got this Critical Role print, not for myself, but for my sister. She really wanted it. She said she would pay me back for it, actually. They have a deal if you buy 2 prints, so it was just cheaper to get both. And she stored it in my stuff because it was easier. Also, this is the same artist who had the Game Boy enamel pins. I'm just now realizing. So I bought a bunch of stuff from them because they had really cool stuff. But in addition to the art, I also purchased some stickers. One of these is for my sisters. The other one's for myself because we thought this was a really cool design. They also had just some really cute ones. Here's a Pikachu and then a Sailor Pluto. And then again, they gave me their business card like 4 times. But you know what? That's how you do it because as you clearly saw, I completely forgot who this artist was. Had they given me their business card, I wouldn't have. So definitely take that as a lesson. Any artists out there, provide your business card or some kind of QR code as people are checking out. Make sure they know to scan it because otherwise they'll forget. I know I did. One other thing that I also purchased, this is actually for a friend. She doesn't know I got this, but she was eyeing it and ended up getting a different figure. But, oh, the price tag is still on here. So this was $35, which is not too bad. Noodle stopper figures like this, especially usually because these are prize figures, I think. Here's the artwork of Miku. These tend to go for really cheap, like $20 straight from Japan. And if you get a good supplier, you could probably get it for a similar price. But obviously these convention vendors are trying to get their money back as well as some profit. So they mark them up. But $35 I don't think is too bad. And she's really pretty. And my friend was eyeing her, so I'm going to give her this for Christmas. But next I have 2 purchases from this vendor that are gifts for my brother and my sister-in-law who don't watch my videos. So I can show y'all what they are. And they were packed differently, which I thought was interesting. But I assure you they're from the same seller. So this is, oh, Doki Doki Dreams. I really appreciate the box. They must have run out of them because I bought 2 cups from them. Here, I'll show y'all what I mean. So they sold a variety of merchandise. I think they had some enamel pins. I could just be misremembering because there was a booth right next to them that looked very similar, pink and everything. But they primarily sold custom cups, thermoses, as well as decal stickers, and these little phone grip pop things. So I got this one of Marin for my sister-in-law because I know she likes Dress Up Darling. And there was quite a bit of stuff of her at this convention. dropped it. But here you see it should pop open somehow. And then they told me that you can actually swap out this part. So you could just make your own, or you know, just buy the character and swap it out every now and again. So that was pretty cool. Here's their business card and cup care instructions. But here's one of the cups that I purchased. This one's for my mother. It's the only one that I thought she might like, and the design would pop even through some darker drinks. It is, you know, sealed tightly, and I like the wooden top. And they do provide a straw. The other one that I purchased, I'm actually very tempted to keep for myself because it's really funny. But I decided to give to my sister-in-law and my brother. And it's Gojo prancing through some flowers. I just thought that was really cool. So I'm going to give this to them. And if this vendor is at a local convention again and they have this design, I might actually get it for myself because it was really funny. And again, it did come with the straw. It's just in the bag. So yeah, these were cool purchases and they were only $25. I've seen cups like this at the store and they're like $10. So considering the work they probably have to put into making the design and putting it on the cup, I think that's a decent price. And obviously they focus on branding a lot because this box is pretty cool. Next, I have some miscellaneous stickers from vendors that don't provide business cards because they sold pretty generic stuff. But I bought these two for my brother because he loves King of the Hill. I like it too. It's pretty funny, but it's not like my favorite show or anything, but he loves it. He rewatches it so often. Time is a construct, therefore I do not recognize your miles per hour. Obviously, this is supposed to be a bumper sticker. And then I have Hank saying, if you can read this, you're close enough for me to kick your ass, which I thought was really funny. I don't know if he's going to actually put this on his car, but they're funny enough to just, you know, hang up. And then from a different booth, I found this sticker, it's vinyl, of the Jujutsu Kaisen trio plus Gojo. And considering what's happening in the manga and what has happened in the anime, I wanted to commemorate the good times. So I got myself that. I got this sticker for my brother of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. They had the trio Ed, Edd, and Eddy, but at the time it was towards the end of the con. I already spent a bunch of money and I think Ed is his favorite probably, so I only got him. And then there was another booth that had, oh, the one that sold the bumper stickers, they had a deal if you bought two, you got one for free. So I got this Agretzko sticker for my friend's friend. I forgot to give it to her actually, so I'll have to backtrack and hand that off to her at some point. I also got some stickers from an artist called Blackberry Lamode. They had a lot of cute stuff. A lot of it was characters I don't care for, which always kills me if an artist has an art style I really like and they don't have anything that really interests me. But they did have some Pokemon stickers, and I loved these stitched, ragged, plushy doll things. They had a lot of different Pokemons in this style, but I got the Gengar twice. One for my friend, one for me. And then they also had this, I forgot the name of this Pokemon. And then this Mimikyu with some pancakes. Super cute. And this artist in particular had tons of stuff. Keychains, stickers, enamel pins. I was very tempted by the pins, but again, this was towards the end of the con and I'd already purchased a lot of big items, so I was trying to control myself. Before I get to the last two items, I do want to go ahead and show some of the stuff that I got during the swap meet. For anyone unaware, and I knew this happened at cons because I've been to cons and I've noticed it on the schedule, but I've never personally participated. Basically, a swap meet is where it's like a flea market. You bring your anime merchandise or any other kind of stuff, and you just kind of set yourself up or look around and see if anyone wants to trade and barter for some of what you have. At this particular one, they were accepting cash as well. So if you wanted to accept cash and someone offered it because they didn't have something you would like to trade for it, that was also an option. So this is my first time participating in one, and I have to say I wish I'd done this a long time ago because it was pretty fun. It was nice seeing what everyone had brought. Everyone was really nice, and I got a pretty pretty good deal on some things, and I'm glad to have gotten rid of some stuff that I had without having to worry about putting it up on Mercari and selling it off and things like that. I was not able to get rid of everything, which really sucks because some of the stuff that I really wanted to get rid of, no one wanted. But I did manage to get rid of that ugly horror Chucky shirt that I've been trying to sell on Mercari for ages. Someone gladly took that off my hands. Someone was giving away some free clothing, and I saw this shirt that had a pretty pattern on it. I don't think it would fit me. It is a medium, and it's probably in the youth size since it is Disney. But I figured it might fit my mother, and you know, it was pretty and it was free, and it's sleeveless, which she likes, so I got that. So I thought that was really cool that I was able to. Oh, it has. I didn't even realize this was an Ariel shirt. I knew it said Disney, but I didn't even see her when I looked at it. She might still like this. And if not, you know, I'll just donate it or something. Two other things that I managed to trade for were these Jujutsu Kaisen plushies, mini plushie keychains, and they were already opened, thankfully, so I was able to select the ones that I wanted. I got Yuji. And they're the kind where they're like lying down. Super cute. And then I also got Nobara. I was tempted by Gojo and maybe wow, I am blanking on your name. That's terrible. I'm a terrible Jujutsu Kaisen fan. Moving on though, I was able to trade some of those Pokemon desk figurines that I've been also trying to sell off. Those were quite popular. A lot of people asked me about trading for those, but I'm quite picky, to be quite honest, so I did reject a lot of people for those. But I'm very happy to have gotten something I wanted for those. From the same girl who gave away the free Ariel shirt, I was also able to trade off the little squishy guy from the Mummy anime for these three, which I thought was pretty good. This is Broken Angels. I've never heard of this manga, and it is volume 2 and 4, so I'm gonna have to kind of dig through online and see if I can find the in-betweens. But you know, free manga is free manga. I liked the art style. It reminded me a lot of Descendants of Darkness, and it gave me Boys Love vibes from the summary, but I think it's just because it's about modeling. But overall, the art was pretty, and if I end up not caring for it, I can just donate it or something, or I can just barter it for next time. But I was also able to obtain this Death Note journal. It comes in this box, which I thought was interesting, and she had two. Someone was able to trade. Oh snap, it comes with a feather? I did not know that. No wonder it was in a box. I was wondering, like, why so fancy? That's pretty cool, and it comes with a bookmark. But yeah, she had two of these, and one, I'm assuming someone was able to obtain the other, because when I went back to try and barter for this, the other one was gone. But that's pretty cool. It comes with a pen, and it's a feather. And she did say the first few pages have, like, Death Note stuff on it. Yeah, it has the rules. And then the rest, it has this cool heart too. And then the rest is a journal. So that's pretty cool. Although I do think all these pages having the Death Note stuff is kind of a waste of paper for a journal. It's like half the journal. So I do wish it had more journal pages and not just the Death Note stuff. But you could definitely pull these out and use them as decoration or something. So that's pretty cool. But I'm very happy to have gotten that for that little foam mummy guy. I do think I got a pretty good deal for that. So yeah, overall, I would say this was a successful barter system. And I got some cool stuff out of it. My friend was able to trade off some things too. So it was a cool experience, and I'm definitely going to participate next time around, because now that I know, they advertise it as an R18 swap meet, but anyone, you could bring pretty much anything. And now that I know, I'm definitely going to look through my stuff and bring more items next time around to see if I can trade for some cool things. The last thing that I purchased from this convention is quite big. I don't know if I'll be able to show it properly, but I will do my best, because I don't want to take this camera off the tripod. Okay, hopefully y'all can see the whole thing. So I finally found a booth selling those plexiglass prints with a design that I actually liked. This is a different company from the one that I usually see. VTech, I think is what they're called. My sister has bought a couple prints from them. I've bought some for my brother from them. And they have cool designs, but a lot of the time it's characters I just don't care for. They tend to stick to the generic stuff. This company is called Gallery Panda. their bag has their information on it. So here's their info, Gallery Panda. It's kind of hard to see, but maybe y'all can read that, hopefully. I'll put all of this in the description like I always do if anyone's interested. But yeah, they had a really, really cool design stuff that's different from the style VTech has. They clearly commissioned different artists, and I think they had the cooler designs, to be quite honest. Which is not to say that the designs from VTech aren't cool too, but these were more my style. They had this one on display on the table with the LED frame, and it looked amazing, so I immediately wanted this one. They had a deal if you bought 3, you get 1 free, so we went ahead and picked a bunch of different ones. My sister picked out one, and I got one of the same ones she got because I thought it was cool too. So here's the second one that I purchased. Y'all can see it's Cloud, but it's Cloud from Advent Children, I believe, is what a friend of mine told me. And he's riding this wolf creature thing. It looks badass, and it looked amazing with the LEDs that they had on the table. You were able to ask them, you know, can I see it in the frame? Because the frame they had on the table it could open and they could easily slide the print out. So I was able to see all the ones that I wanted under it. So I picked this one in the tree, and then my sister picked 2, and I'm very, very happy that I finally get to try out these plexiglass prints because they look amazing anytime I see them. Okay, I think for once I am unable to get everything in shot because it's just so tall, but here's everything that I obtained this year's Ecchi Expo. I am very happy with everything that I received. I actually thought I was going to get a lot more stuff because last year was just such a big surprise of how great the vendors were that I was expecting the vendors to kind of be a lot more spread out as far as topics. So for some context, last year's Ecchi Expo, it was my first year attending a con like that. I wasn't expecting to find anything that would pique my interest, but there were a surprisingly good amount of variety in the vendors hall. There were artists that sold really, really cute regular stuff in line with their ecchi stuff. There were some artists that sold a variety of sexualized ecchi content, not just, you know, women, but also men. I would say the variety of stuff in the vendors hall was better last year than this year. This year there was way more focus on just regular ecchi, a lot more vendors that just sold sexy pinup girl prints, general hentai, things like that. There was still a good chunk of artists that had more in their booth, and not just the ecchi stuff, but I can only think of 2 booths that had male-centered ecchi. Outside of those 2 booths, there really wasn't much variety. Some of the vendors that did sell manga or doujinshi only sold hentai and had maybe 1 or 2 yaoi books there, which was a shame because last year I was able to buy really raunchy acrylic stands for one of my friends, and she was really excited to see that in person this year, and that vendor just didn't come. And she actually spoke to some of the vendors this year, and they said the yaoi stuff just didn't sell last year, which I found really surprising, and I have to wonder if it's maybe because they don't advertise this con as one that yaoi fans could go to, because I definitely think they could. The ratio of male to female at this convention is probably 70-30, but there's still a good chunk of women who went to this convention, and some of the burlesque shows that we watched had male performers and the crowd went crazy. I definitely think that if they advertise properly, they could definitely get some attendees who were more into yaoi and kind of have that evening out of the vendors hall. That's just me though, because that would be my preference. I really wasn't interested in most of the other stuff there, outside of what I purchased, obviously. And you can see most of what I purchase is not that content outside of Morgan, and she's not even really super lewd. Overall, though, I do think they cater their vendors hall pretty well. They definitely let in a lot of the more hentai or ecchi oriented vendors, and I'm sure they're happy that they have a space where they're able to sell that content without risking, you know, getting into trouble with the convention. Because at this convention, the vendors hall is uncensored, and I do mean fully uncensored. There was figures and all kinds of stuff on display that had not a lick of the black bar. As far as the actual con went, I actually had a better time with the panels this year than last year. I think last year my friends and I just picked the wrong panels because we did not have a good time and spent most of our time in the vendors hall and then at the local shopping center. This time around, we attended the burlesque shows and a lot of the comedy shows, which was one specific group that I need to shout out. They are called Take One Improv. Here is their information. They did an amazing job, and they said they were there last year, but I guess we just didn't go to any of their panels because they were really good. Last year, it was me, my best friend, and a bunch of our guy friends that went. This year I brought my sister and another female friend who preferred yaoi over the ecchi stuff, so I was really worried they weren't gonna enjoy much of the convention panel-wise outside of the burlesque shows. But the comedy shows were really cool and they did a really good job staying funny. And then again, with the swap meet, I would say that the panels were actually really worth it at this convention, and we had a good time. I think most of our time was actually spent at the convention compared to last year. The stuff you could get here is not stuff you could get anywhere else, so overall, I think you are definitely paying for that exclusivity. Not having to go online and find these artists and pay for shipping to get their stuff. You can go... I do think they need to try a little harder with how many panels they have in the variety, because some of those panels were just random, but overall, I do think they do a good job of catering to their audience as far as the panels go. But overall, I did end up having a really good time with friends and definitely would go again if it's close enough, because I think this might be their last year at this particular hotel. So depending on where they have it next year, I'll have to think about whether or not the drive is worth it. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you're interested in any of these products, with the exception of the manga, that was just random stuff I obtained in a swap meet. But everything else, I will try and make sure I find the artist name and link so that I can link it to y'all in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.